You can also control Graffiti through its API, which is built into Graffiti's distribution. So if you take a look here at this particular Graffiti that I have here, you can see the tooltip and we can play the movie.
Let's try modifying this code. So if we run this code without modification.
But what's more interesting now is if we click on this text here with the Graffiti, we can push this button that says Create Sample API Calls. When I push that button, I'm going to get a new cell down here, which gives me some clues on how to use the API. First thing it will do is import Jupyter Graffiti API. And the next thing is give you some samples on things you can do with that particular recording that we had selected when we pushed the API access button. So as an example, here this second line has the Jupyter API call that plays the recording. So if we now execute this cell,
let's try modifying this code. So if we run this code without modification.
Play the Graffiti movie that we specified. So this is one way we can immediately control Graffiti through code, and you might want to use that to play a Graffiti when a student is working on some code and gets stuck, or you want to advance between sections and you want to play a Graffiti that connects two sections together conceptually. And you have access to a number of different functions within the API. You can look them up in the API documentation, but the Access API button that we saw before, this one, Create Sample API Calls, will give you the ID of the Graffiti that you'll need in order to make the various API calls.